Yep. What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your boy, Joshua, on another episode of Crazy Good Talks. And I'm going to hop straight into this one. I've been kind of pushing this back a little bit. I've been going through life and understanding different things, and I just didn't want to learn it about myself, and sometimes I like to shut out. So I didn't want to talk, but I feel like I got a lot to say. I'm gonna get right into it, and the first concept we're talking about is handling your winters, right? Handling your winters, handling your down periods, right? It's understanding that there's seasons in life. You know what I mean? Seasons for opportunity, seasons where things don't look like they're going to make any type of sense. And how you choose to navigate those, I feel like is very important. I feel like I've been going through a winter season, and I feel like right when I was about to hop on and do this, I was telling myself, like, I'm handling it poorly. And I don't know. I just don't like the way I'm handling it. I think I'm complaining a lot. Not even too much to others, but I just to myself, to God, right? I feel like I'm complaining a lot and just, I know better. I know better to let different things get me down or whatever the case may be. I know better. So it's just like I'm not proud of how I'm handling the winter. And I think it's because, and it's not that I think it's because, I know it's because it's not so much that my situation bothers me. Yes. I'm in a place where I'm looking to figure things out as far as employment and what I'm doing and moving forward. And I'm in a real place of, I don't know at this point. Even with what I choose to move forward with, like, I'm just reevaluating everything, and still making sure that I'm on the course that I need to be on. And just things just don't make sense. Like, a lot of things don't make sense at this moment, which is fine because I've had these moments before. You know what I mean? So it's just like navigating them. So it's just like I said, I know better than to be handling the situation how I'm handling it. And again, I think everybody, you have the right to be anxious or nervous or this and that, but to let it consume you, I feel like that's another. To let it consume you, for me personally, I don't feel that I'm allowed to let it consume me. I know too much. When I say I know too much, it's not that I know it all. It's the fact that I've studied and I've put in the time and I've listened and I've learned and I've watched other people's journeys and I've read about other people's journeys. So it's like, to have that understanding the peaks and the valleys of it. It's like, come on, bro, this is just part of the process, right? I feel like others that don't have that understanding is, you can get caught up in whatever it is that you're going through. But like, the fact that I have that background knowledge is like, I just kind of hold myself to another standard of like, come on, we can do. It's tough. It sucks. But keep moving. Like, just keep going. Like, you don't got to. And it's so weird because I want to be of that mindset. It's funny how it's so easy to look at things and play the victim, right? It's so easy for me to look at my circumstance and be like, I can justify it, and I could tell the story and I could spin it to where you could feel mighty bad for Josh. But at the end of the day, it's me. It's my story. Every decision I made led me to where I am right now. So at the end of the day, it's circumstance. It's nobody else's fault. It's my lack of knowledge in certain areas is not, that's my fault. I take full responsibility for all of that. I'm in control of all of that. So it's just like, it's my responsibility and my duty to handle it. Let's say handle it the right way, but handle it with the knowledge that I have. It kind of goes into like, I think it's preparing. I think that's why it's so important to prepare yourself for these moments. Prepare yourself for moments like this. And how do you prepare yourself for moments like this? It's just a matter of reading and gaining the knowledge and taking advantage of opportunities when the opportunities are there, right? Learning as much as you can in those moments so that you can navigate these moments as well as navigate when the opportunities come, right? But just to share a little bit of me, just to be a little bit transparent, it's not just to be a bit transparent. It's just like, for me, I feel like, and I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were talking about how it's just like, but when is it? I understand sacrifice. I understand compound effect. I understand just keep going. It's keep going. Oh, you're right there. Don't get, people always give up right before they're right there. I've been right there for 8 years now, 9 years now. I've been right there. I've heard it all. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's gotten to a point where it's just like, that starts to weigh on you, and it's just like, I feel like I do a pretty good job of shutting out the noise as far as shutting out the opinions of other people and where they say that you should be at this point in life, and that is like, I don't even care. Like, because one thing I understand, everybody's journey is their journey. So it's just like, their path is your path. And the funny thing about the path is, a lot of times things don't shake out till down the line. So it's just like, it may look like that person, whoever or whatever the case may be, has a better life, or, oh my gosh, things are going so well for them, or blah, blah, blah. Like that, you can't tell the full story in the first quarter. You know what I mean? Like the foundation, and I hope they are. And I hope, like, I'm not taking anything away from anybody, but what I'm saying is down the line usually always tells a story. So like I said, for me, I'm in a place where it's just like, I feel like every time I encounter people, even when I'm out here moving and applying for jobs and showing a resume, it's just like, I have my cartoon little character guy, and everybody's, oh my God, that's so creative. This is the best thing I've ever seen. I've never seen something so creative. I feel like when it comes to the music, when people actually take time and actually listen to the music, it's, oh my gosh, like, you're actually really good. Like, this is really good. Like, oh my, like, I can't believe, like, nobody, like, you're not at a higher level, or whatever the case may be. Like, I'm so, with the videos that I do and this, and like, I'm so tired of having potential. Like, when does that potential manifest itself? Right? You know what I mean? It's just like, that's kind of what I've been struggling with and going through, is like, when does potential actually manifest itself? But then still understanding that it's so early for me. It's so early for me. I'm 27. I'm not even 30. Like, you know what I mean? It's so early for me. So trying not to get lost or disappointed or make any rash decisions, because things aren't making sense at the moment, and trusting the process, in the sense of, it's easy to say trust the process, right? But like, trusting the process in the sense of like reading these other people's stories, the Steve Jobs, the such and suches, and all of that, and understanding like that it does take time, but they continue to do the right things within the moment, which actually gave them the opportunity down the line. But it's just like, I can read that, I can see that, I read it, but it's like, to understand it, I feel like is to live a life where you have a certain level of peace of understanding that the things will work together. But it's just like, I feel like I struggle at times back and forth on that line of, okay, I know they say hard work pays off. I know I did this. I know I put myself in here, but like, I don't see it. I don't see it. And it can get very frustrating if that becomes the focal point of what I focus on. And I'm not gonna lie, like, it's like certain things that I'm in a position to where I have to do now that I don't want to do. Like, the whole reason why I sacrificed and did things I didn't want to do back then is to be in a position where I didn't have to do those things anymore. But I'm constantly still in that position where I have to do things I don't want to do. And it's after you've given 8-9 years of your life of living a certain type of way. It's just like to really try to find that energy to keep on doing that and doing that enthusiastically and keep on giving your 150% when you feel like you feel like no one is watching. But the no one is watching part is double-sided for me, because I actually like that in a sense of, because I'm just doing what I want. Like, I'm not pandering to anybody. I'm releasing what I want, music that I want, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, it starts to wear on you mentally when it's like you're doing all of this. And I can't see, like, I don't see, they are results, but they're not results that I feel like for the work that's been put in aren't yielded the right way, right? And it's just like even taking different risk and this and that, and it's just like falling face flat and understanding that that's cool. You just got to keep on moving, and it's a very interesting time for me. But yeah, handling your winters properly. So it's just like doing and the way that you can handle your winter properly is, like I said, understanding, and in those moments of your opportunities, in those moments of your high moments, is learning and understanding for those times. Because I was listening to Jim Rohn, and he was just talking about how life is pretty much the same. Like, you can't, if you want change in your life, you have to change. Circumstance, you're always you're gonna have your opportunities, you're gonna have your dark times, you're gonna have your high moments, you're gonna have your low moments. Those are certain, that's always gonna come. But it's just like, so it's just like understanding its peaks and valleys and all of that. It's a journey, understanding all of that. But like I said, the way I find, and I feel like it really has helped. Had I not read the books, had I not like every time I try to bug out, like, I won't get too deep on what I'm going through, but like every time I try to bug out on like what I'm going through, I just sit and laugh, and I'm just like, well, Phil Knight was down X amount of dollars at this point. Like, Jim Rohn it was a millionaire and lost all of it by the time he's 30. So it's just like, I have all of these other things to have perspective off of, and it's just like, okay, calm down. Like, you're not crazy. Like, you're good. Like, keep on plugging away. But to say that it's not been a challenge for me as of late, I'd be bold-faced lying. Like, it's been a real challenge of me navigating that, but I feel like I need to do a better job of handling the winters. And yeah, you can tell I was rambling. I had a lot in my head right now. But another thing that I'm kind of learning about myself, I need everybody to stop asking me if I want to do something. Like, I think the funniest thing is just like, ask people all the time, I'm like, hey, you want to go out to eat, or hey, you want to hang out, or hey, you wanted this, or hey, you wanted that. And it's just like, it's funny because me and my natural state is no. Like, you're asking me a question and I'm going to answer the question honestly. And it's like, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm not trying to be like, but if you're asking me if I want to, and I think this is more specific on, because as I think of like relationships and growing down the line, like people being specific on, and this is just me personally, people just being specific on not intent, but just the fact, like I said, I realized something like when people ask me if I want to do something, I answer, I don't pander to how you might feel. Like, I don't look at it. I'm not trying to shut you down or make you feel bad or whatever the case may be, but I'm really just answering your question. If you asking me if there's 50,000 other things, there's so many things that I personally want to do. Right. And it's just like, it just so happens that it doesn't involve many people. And so it's just like when people ask me, like, do you want to go out to eat? Like, nah, I actually rather be home, like working on a song or doing this or trying to like, so it's just like, but I realize that I'm like, it's more of a rhetorical question. Like asking me if I want to do something. Like, I respect the invitation and everything, but like I said, I am such a literal person that it's just like I answer like, do you want to do? No, I don't. I don't. Like, and there's not much I want to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I just found it funny. Like, I was just like understanding that. And then with what I've been learning and everything, it's just telling people, and we'll go to relationship because I think I read this in some book, I can't remember, but more from a relationship standpoint of understanding that when you love somebody, it's a choice. So not going into relationships trying to change people. Like, and I think that's something that we do a lot. Like, even relationships, when I'm talking relationships, romantic, I'm talking just friendships. Like, it's so many times that we give our advice or we give our opinion on this and this and that, and nobody really asked you. Like, I think it's easier for, and this is gonna be a blanket statement, don't whatever, but I'm just rolling through my thoughts right now. But I think it's easier for guys because guys, when we talk, it's like when I'm talking to you, I'm trying to solve a problem. So it's just like if I'm talking to you, I kind of at times I solicit the whatever how you think how we could rectify the situation so I can move on. But like females, I realize that they just like to talk. And that is so hard for me. Like, it's just like to talk just to talk. Like, you're not even trying to fix the problem. Like, you talking about it makes you feel better. And that drives me nuts. Because it's like I want to fix the issue. Like, I want to fix I don't want to talk about the same thing 100 times. Like, I want to fix the issue. And so it's just like, yeah, so moving on from that. So understanding, like, in relationships, you're not there to necessarily change somebody or make somebody who you want them to be. You're there to take them as they are, and if they ask you for your opinion, if they ask you for input, then like go ahead. But I think so many issues stem from people trying to make somebody what they are. Like, even when people ask me like, hey, yo, you should try this. No, you should try this food. I'm okay. Like, when I tell you I'm okay, it's not an invitation for you to try to, like, I'm like, why did I seriously, I am such a think for myself person. Like, why does it bother you so much that I don't want to try it? I don't want to try it. I'm not you. I don't want to try. Like, leave me alone. That's it. No problem. Keep living. Like, I'm not you. Stop trying to make me you. Like, I understand, like, what, like, and it happens so much. It happens so much with me. Like, it's like, I understand, like, prompting somebody, give somebody the opportunity. Like, yeah, hey, yo, you want to try this? Like, hey, you should try it. Hey, it's really good. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, no. Let that person rock. Like, why are we so, like, gung-ho that, no, you have to. No, I don't. I'm sorry. Venting. But yeah, no, it's just, like, navigating that stuff is interesting to me. But again, the point that I'm trying to make with all of this is tell me, especially in relationships that I'm thinking for, like, going forward, it's like, tell me what it means to you. Tell me what it means to you. So it's just like, instead of would you want to go out, it's, hey, it'd mean a lot to me if we can go out to such and such. Like, and then for me, that, I don't know, that's just me. And I don't know if anybody else is like me. But like, if you tell me like, hey, it'd mean a lot for me if we could go and catch up and blah, 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 then it's like, okay. Like, that's different for me. But like, when you're asking me if I would want to, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But it's just like, understand. And I got to do a better job on my part. I definitely got it. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but it's something that I realized that is like that I've been doing unintentionally. Like I said, I just tend to be honest, but then I keep realizing that I keep saying no to a ton of things. And I'm just like, yo, you know what? I'm not like everybody else. And so it's just like, but yeah, I just felt like telling somebody what it means for you to such and such and giving them a choice and allowing them to say yes or allowing them to say no. You know what I mean? If you keep giving somebody a choice to do something and they keep saying no, then it's like, understand what that means. Like, let that, like, live with that and understand what that means. But don't try to, like, impose who you are onto that person. Like, I just don't, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And, I don't want to make this long. I do a quick last point. Stop worrying about what others might think. And I'm not gonna lie, I fell into this trap a little bit the last couple of months. Especially being in a new environment and everything. It's just like you start to it's interesting. Being in a new environment, it's like you become more concerned with what people's perceptions are of you. I guess I guess I'm speaking for me, and I would say only because they don't have much reference to go off of, right? You have the last 2 weeks or the last 2 interactions or the last 3 interactions to judge me or have your assumptions of whatever it is of me, right? But I understand who I am and the intricacies of who I am. And so it's just like, for me, it's like at times I feel like I not paint a picture. It's just I just at times I felt like I was giving that more importance, and it's not typical for me, because as much as I say I don't care, which I don't a lot, but I do care, right? The hypocrisy of it, but it's just I think it's, like I said, I think it's just more because it's like I understand. I like people to understand the full story. That's what it is. I like people to understand the full story. And it's just like when assumptions are made, good or bad, like I think even more so good. Like I feel like at times when people think I don't want to say better than what I actually am, but like I do not like people putting me on a pedestal. I do not like not even the idea of like you thinking I'm more than what I am. I don't know. Like I don't. I think that's why I say so much in the music. It's like I said, it's my attempt to like show you that I am just a mere human and not claiming to be perfect or not claiming that like I am with flaws. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't like to create false expectations. And like I said, I feel like a lot of times people build you up to tear you down. So in order to avoid all of that, it's like I try to be as transparent as I can. But yeah, it's just like, stop worrying about what others might think, especially in influencing what you're doing. And because just think about it, like in life, like some people are working a job because of what other people think. You're driving what you're driving because of what other people think. You went to school because of what other people would think. It's so easy to fall into that trap. And it's just like at any point in time. So it's just like a constantly reminding, especially like for me, like I said, lately, last couple of months, especially being around different people and this and that, it's just like be you, like the most authentic thing you can do, and not for the sake of being authentic, but for the sake of your sanity. I feel like just be you and allow people to love you or hate you for it. Don't be mad at that. Like, love and hate is what it is. You need both. You need both. Eat it. All right, y'all, that's it. It's your boy Joshua. Another crazy good talks. And until next time.